My next guest tonight is a civil rights legend, a congressman, and now a comic book author. Please welcome Congressman John Lewis.
See you again.
Always good to talk to you and find out the latest things you're thinking about. The first thing I want to ask you about is that earlier this year, you led a sit-in on the floor of the House of Representatives. Tell me what the goal of that sit-in was and whether you think you had some success there.
Well, the goal of the sit-in was trying to find a way to dramatize to our colleagues in the Congress that we need to do something about gun violence. Sometimes you have to find a way to get in the way, or get in trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble.
Now that is actually something you were talking about at the time, and was the hashtag associated with this sit-in, which was after the tragic shootings in Orlando. Was good trouble. What do you mean, good trouble?
Well, when I was growing up in rural Alabama as a young child, and would visit places like Troy and Montgomery, and I would see those signs that said, white men, white women, colored women, white waiting, colored waiting. I would ask my mother and my father, my grandparents and my great-grandparents, they would say, that's the way it is. Don't get in the way. Don't get in trouble. But I heard of Rosa Parks. I heard of Martin Luther King Jr. I met Rosa Parks in 1957 when I was 17. 1958, I met Dr. King. And these two individuals inspired me to get in trouble. And I've been getting in good trouble, necessary trouble ever since.
Well, did y'all, after that protest, did y'all end up getting a vote to the floor?
We didn't get a vote to the floor, but we helped educate and inspire hundreds and thousands and millions of people around this nation. They want us to do something. More than 90 or 95% of the American people are saying, pass legislation to stop the killing. We lost too many of our children, too many of our sisters and brothers, too many of our mothers and fathers. We got to stop the killing.
Well, now, as I said, you're a civil rights leader from the 1950s up till now, and now you have a 3-volume set called March, which is a graphic novel or a graphic retelling of the march on the Edmund Pettus Bridge and the ramifications of that action. Why make this a graphic? Why tell this history through pictures like this?
Well, it is important. It is a must that people understand. Young children, those that are 3, 4, and 5, and 6, those in middle school, those in high school, in college, and also adults, to understand what happened and how it happened. In 1963, when I was 23 years old, I moved from Nashville to Atlanta and would attend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Father's Church. And sometime, Daddy King would be sitting in the audience, the father, and the son would be preaching. And the father would say, make it plain, make it clear, make it real. So when you use graphics, it make it plain, it make it real. And the young artist, Nate Powell, he has the ability to make the words jump off of the pages and sing and dance.
Did you have anything like this when you were a child? Was there anything that inspired you? Was it made plain for you? Were there comic books for you?
Yeah, there was a little comic book called Martin Luther King Jr. and the Montgomery Story that Dr. King helped.
I think one of my researchers may have found a copy of that. And here we go, right there.
Oh,
10 cents.
You're right, it's sold for 10 cents. 16 pages, cover to cover, and that little book became like a road map. It became the way in and the way out. And it's our hope that March these books will become a roadmap for another generation. So hundreds and hundreds of school children all across America and adults, teachers are teaching it in more than 40 states.
Well, for those of you perhaps who people out there don't know the history or perhaps didn't see the film, celebrated film from last year, here's a picture of the actual action on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and that is you right there being beaten by the police as you tried to cross the bridge. What were you thinking as you walked the bridge? Did you expect this to happen?
On the bridge, 600 of us tried to march from Selma to Montgomery. I thought we were going to be arrested and jailed. I didn't have any idea that we would be beaten. But I thought I was going to down that bridge. I thought I saw death. And somehow, some force, and maybe God Almighty, kept me here to continue to push and pull, to continue to find a way to get in the way and get in good trouble. Because I truly believe when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to do something.
What do you think, where do you think that spirit is being carried on? Where do you see that spirit being carried on today in civil rights struggles? For instance, what do you think about what Colin Kaepernick has done? But he has caused trouble, certainly, for himself by not standing up for the national anthem. What do you think about what he's done and people's response to it?
Well, you have a right to protest. It's protected by our Constitution. You have a right to dissent. Dr. King said you have a right to protest of what is right. So this young man, this football player, is acting according to the dictates of his conscience. And we should support him.
There's it's an incredible series of books. Thank you for making this. There's only one thing that I wish was in here, but they didn't have a chance to draw a panel for it, and that's you on my show right now talking about it. It's a big part of the story.
Well, maybe in the next book.
Well, we've already done it for you. We've already... my graphics department put this together. This is one panel that people could download this. Can we put this up on the website? Yeah, people can download this and paste it onto the back of the book if they want right now. This is you on my show. I've got Captain America's shield, and you've got the Infinity Gauntlet right there. And you can use it to remake the world.
Thank you.
Congressman, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You want to crowd surf?
Yes.
Want to jump into the crowd with me?
Yes.
Let's do it.